We're back with the bottom line where we're talking to senior sales leaders. Some big brands are represented here tonight. We've got Alejandro from Dropbox, Ange from Crunchbase, and Mike from SeedTag. The next topic is breaking silos. Silos become inevitable in organizations. We've got to work with a lot of different teams. How do you break those silos, especially as your organization grows? How do you really build that bond and work with other departments? Mike, let's start with you.
I think you force them to be conjoined, to be honest. You can't move forward without the other. And it gets back to a CRM system, right? The health and hygiene of that is contingent on the last person passing the baton. So you make it a baton system where I can't move forward unless you hand me the right baton or in the right manner, and I can't run fast if it's not actually clean, right? So that can be the salesperson to a success manager or a planner to a salesperson, and that is the way we've approached it. And to be honest, it's really helped us in terms of accountability for each other, but making sure that we're all understanding that we're all part of the same flywheel in the same sales process.
What about when it's less of a relay race and more of, go back to rugby you talked about earlier, more of a team dynamic where you have to work together as a unit to get something done? How do you break down the individuality there and get them to kind of gel?
You goal them in the same way.
Goal them the same way.
Right? Instead of goaling someone in a CSM fashion based on retention, you actually look at revenue as well, upsells, resells, because they're incentivized to help the salesperson get that second, third, fourth deal.
Yeah.
Right?
First, you have to set the culture, right? You have to lead by example. If you're going to start an initiative, you're going to loop in other people and you're going to make that a thing. And it really requires people to just be very clear about who's doing what, when are you going to do it, right? Can I look at you and say, you're going to own this, and you say, yeah, I got this. So it really is a matter of making sure everything on paper is clear and concise. Like, hey, you're responsible for this, you're responsible for that. We're going to meet on a regular basis to talk about X, Y, and Z. This is what we expect.
This question is really hard depending on the size of the company you're at.
Right.
It's a lot easier to break down silos if you're in a small, we're a 200 person company, right? I can figure out a way to do it. Sure. At a larger company, it's quite hard. For me, it's like doing everything that I can to get with the leader of this, where the silo is and where the pushback is, and like earning trust and breaking it down that layer first before my reps can really feel it.
Have you found it easier or more difficult to be in a smaller or larger environment?
I love a smaller. I want to be able to impact change quickly. There are pros of a big company, don't get me wrong. But I think sometimes startups need people like us that want to do that, need to grow. And
grit.
And that's that grit. And it's just being able to you see a process that isn't working and it's let's change it. And we're leaders, we have to do that hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we get to bottom line and breaking down silos, what's the biggest advice you would give somebody that's struggling there, or what's the biggest thing you do to handle it?
Set the example and open the doors.
So align people the right way, and I promise you, it usually pans out the right way.
I would say push yourself to be uncomfortable.
I agree with that. It's concise too.
There we go. She hit the bottom line.
Not for nothing else.